Some nice conditions out there. I know if you're heading out the door this morning or looking out your window, you're like, it's not very nice out. No, we're waking up to those gray skies again this morning for most locations around the coast, into the Salinas Valley, Hollister, up into the Santa Clara Valley. But those low clouds will gradually start to clear as we head into the latter part of the morning. Ridge of high pressure is still in control here. Now, it's not a strong ridge of high pressure, so we're not going to see temperatures just soaring out there, but we will be a touch warmer this afternoon, especially for those inland locations. However, around the coast, we will still have that natural AC kicking in, keeping most of our coastal highs only in those 60s this afternoon. But Friday, we are going to start off still on the nicer side. Ridge of high pressure still in control, but Friday's going to be our transition day, and that is because we have this trough low pressure that will start to dig down into much of the western part of the U.S. here. And if you look real closely, we see these very tight lines here in between this ridge of high pressure and trough low pressure. Being in between those two systems there, that means some gusty winds. So we're going to see those winds picking up mid-afternoon on Friday, taking us into the evening, even through the overnight hours. It will be occasionally gusty out there, but those winds will really start to increase as we head into Saturday. We're going to continue to see those gusty winds Sunday, even into Monday. But Sunday will kind of, again, transition us back into some nicer weather. Now, one thing I want to mention with this trough low pressure, we will see a slight cool down, especially on Saturday. We will have more clouds in place, but by the time Sunday rolls through, we are going to see that ridge of high pressure building back in. So the latter part of the weekend into the early part of next week, we will actually see some nicer, warmer conditions yet again. Another thing to note on Saturday, we will have that marine layer deepening, which means we do have the chance to see some drizzle out there on Saturday morning. So we're going to be watching all that for you. It is what we call a weak system. Overall, shower activity not looking likely on Saturday. We'll just have that drizzle out there. But let's get back to today. Again, those low clouds have filled into our valleys. Hollister up into the Santa Clara Valley, much of our coast there. But again, as we head in through the morning, I should say, we will see those low clouds clearing inland, leaving us with mostly sunny skies out there. We're going to continue to see those low clouds out there through until about lunchtime around the coast. Then we'll start to see some clearing on the north side of the bay. Low clouds will continue to hang out on the south and east side of the bay. By mid-afternoon, it is possible we start to see more sunshine out there around the south and east side of the bay, with low clouds kind of tickling the peninsula. But those low clouds will once again thicken as we move into the overnight hours. And you also see some high clouds joining the mix as well. By tomorrow morning, we're going to see those low clouds filling into our valleys yet again. Again, we do have the chance to see some patchy fog, but it's going to be very few and far between. If you're not going to see those low clouds, you're definitely going to be dealing with some high clouds tomorrow morning. So we'll continue to see those high clouds pushing through our area throughout the day on Friday, with all of us seeing more cloud cover by Saturday. That's where we're headed. Temperatures for you today, again, with more sunshine on the north side of the bay, low 70s for you today around Santa Cruz and Capitola, with mid to upper 70s in the San Lorenzo Valley. So very comfortable, even warm conditions around Boulder Creek this afternoon. But once you're back around the coast there, Davenport, with those northwesterly winds coming off the water, keeping you cooler in those mid 60s, upper 60s on the north side of the bay from Watsonville into Aptos, but cooler once you head south along the coast there into Marina at 62. 68 in Salinas, 77 in Hollister. We'll still be in those low 80s, though, for the Santa Clara Valley. So again, we do have some warm spots inland. But as I mentioned earlier, that natural AC will keep the peninsula in those low to mid 60s this afternoon. For the Salinas Valley, comfortable 70s for most of the valleys, mid to upper 70s for you today. We'll be tapping into those low 80s around King City, with those 80s for Parkfield, Bradley, San Antonio Valley. Cooler around the Big Sur coast in those mid 60s, with low 70s for the Carmel Valley.